Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and at the request of basically everybody, I'm showing off another one of my killer standard decks that I tend to live stream. By the way, everybody's asking, when do you live stream? Unpredictably, whenever I want with no warning, so might want to turn on notifications if you're into live streams. So today we're showing off Duck and Cover, one of the absolute best decks that I own. It's one of the best in the meta right now. Like, the Melt deck is insane. It's just not a very good match for the meta right now. It's probably a better deck, to be perfectly honest. But Duck and Cover, I've changed next to nothing since the last time you saw it, but it's been so many months and people have been asking what it is. A lot of people asking what H1N1 AIDS SARS Ebola is, too. I might have to cover that one. I wouldn't say that's a particularly real deck, but I do win with it, so... but for today, it's Duck and Cover. And Duck and Cover is one of the archetypes in Magic that has been persistent and durable. The duck is just a giant, powerful flying creature that can by itself win the game, and then the rest is cover. It's just get to the duck, and don't let them blow it up or bring it back. There you go, Duck and Cover. And for people saying that, like, mono blue tempo is mono blue tempo, it's Duck and Cover, okay? Pteramander and Tempest Djinn, and the entire rest of the deck is cover. It's Duck and Cover. And the funny thing is, it isn't even a tempo deck if you look at it. I mean, the definition is, oh, we'll just cast the right thing at the right time. Oh, it's like a deck that's on curve. Okay, so you mean like Magic the Gathering, like the entire game? Other than Red Rush. Anyway, this is, okay, we got Seal Away because, you know, that's awesome. Then we got Negate because got to stop everything. Search for Azcanta to get them bonus cards, bonus draws. I mean, this deck's going to drag the game out and get a lot of mana out, so you're going to be able to get some free spells off it, or free cards. And this will just help you get lands out of the way or get lands into the way and let you get your angels quicker. Then we got Gleaming Barrier because anti-red, basically. And if they do a board wipe or something, they just accelerate you. You get a treasure out of it, and you can cast stuff earlier. And all you need is like one treasure to sit there and give you enough mana to cast a counterspell one time if you don't normally have enough lands to cover an angel with a counterspell. So then we got Resplendent Angel. I mean, it's a 3 cost. It's one of the cheaper ducks out there, but this thing could just absolutely dominate. Now remember, you can sit there and hit him for 3 all day and cover it with like a negate, and you got 5 mana. Ta-da. But you're going to need 6 to activate the ability where it, you know, generates other angels and gains lifelink, which is devastating, but then you better have 2 or 3 extra mana to stop this thing from getting blown up, which is 8, which is kind of high, but it's doable. Then we got Sinister Sabotage, pretty much the best counterspell in Standard right now. Then we got Absorb, the other best counterspell in Standard right now. Deputy of Detention, I added this one for Swarms. I was going to put in 2, but people got a lot of removal and then they get their stuff back. Unless it's a token. So this exiles anything that shares a name. So if you do Saprolings, they're gone. Then we have just 1 Conclave Tribunal because I don't get out a lot of creatures, but it's exile, and then 4 Ixalan. So basically the deck needed 5 exilers according to the math, and this is the one I went with. Now to update this, I probably should go with Prison Realm, but that can't target enchantments or artifacts. So, I'm really on the fence about that, but you know, you can build it however you want. So then we got the Great Equalizer, Cleansing Nova. I mean, I would put in 3 because I run so few creatures, and I would never cast this if I have an angel already out, unless I have another one in my back pocket. But it costs 5, and that's, boy, you got to get there. So it's 2. Then we got Lyra, Star of the Show. She will grant all other angels, hey, lifelink, and they all get +1. So that's amazing by itself. You can just drop her in, and I mean, you can even have a Resplendent in hand, hit with Lyra, gain 5 life, drop in a Resplendent during your second main phase, and then instantly get another 4/4 Angel, which has Vigilance and is now boosted by 1 and has lifelink. I mean, it's just game ending to even get like one of these out. Then we got 2 Teferis, one with the special art, of course. I mean, duh. I mean, they cost 5, so they're on the upper end of what you would want to do safely. But if I throw him out and then he draws some kind of removal, that's fine. At least it didn't hit my angel. And he's just in there for extra card draw. He's basically just another search for Azcanta. And he's a threat that they need to stop immediately. When I throw him out, they stop swinging at my life total and swing at him almost exclusively because if I get that emblem, I win. So overpowered as all hell. Of course he's in there. And that's the whole deck. It looks simple. You're probably thinking, oh, it's gimmicky. It's like a glass cannon thing. It never goes off. Oh, I wish I could show you 30 games in a row with this. I've been winning with this, honestly, more than my Thief deck lately. So the mana base is pretty obvious. You do want to get lands out of the way, so I have Evolving Wilds to remove them from the deck. Oh man, pardon my sore throat. I was outside for Community Day sucking up all that delicious tree pollen. Ugh, it's been aggravating my throat, which already has problems. But anyway, we've got 4 Glacial, 4 Hallowed, and then 1 Meandering. Could be a Guild Gate, just because 6/7 is already pushing it. You don't want to get stranded when you got double blue, double white, and triple white on the ability, and double white there and double white there. So that is the whole deck. Let's cut to the gameplay. Alright, so you thought we were playing Magic, but we're actually playing the waiting game, because as you can see, no angels, but search for Azcanta. So 3 mana is right where you want to be. We got 3 counter spells, 1 barrier, and I just drew into removal. I mean, ouch. I don't like those colors though, and you're going to see why. Oh look, Saprolings. Large swarms of cheap spells and cheap creatures. Very dangerous against this deck, but spoiler alert, I do narrowly win this one, obviously. So there's Slimefoot, obviously you can't allow that. I was reading what he does because I totally forgot, because nobody's played Saprolings this century. So I don't get him with the Sinister right away, because I wanted to regain some life just because I know I'm going to take damage on this. So we get out a barrier, which normally would stop like a normal deck, but he's just going to absolutely swarm past it, which is obviously a problem. Another Slimefoot. I hate it when people have like double or, triplicate copies in their hand. Conclave I do keep because I'm like, okay, I could get rid of him, but I really should have conclaved that Slimefoot, because how many more could they possibly have? And then I could have hit Tender Shoot, obviously. So Tender Shoot, Nightmare card, right on curve. So instead of bringing out Lyra, because yeah, I'd be able to hit past 5, I don't want that many Saprolings in play, unsurprisingly. So I get rid of Mr. Slimefoot. He brings out 3 more anyway, and I'm a little worried. 16 to 20. I do keep the land because I want to be able to cover Lyra. This is still a duck and cover deck no matter what I'm playing against. And then he goes for Song of Freyalise, which is a little bit of a problem. Drops, 6 more? I don't know, a lot more Saprolings. This is, he is getting perfect draws. Just perfect. Ridiculously perfect. And every time he casts something, it's when I'm out of counter spells, and I think he knows this. Although he did fall into one before. As you can see, the overflow on that is just absurd. I get rid of Spore Swarm because he can just piss right off. I have 0 danger of Lyra dying, so, well, maybe not 0, but I did bury the other Lyra because I'm like, he ain't gonna plummet it, and nobody runs plummet. So yeah, I just thought, let's start over. With 2 counter spells, I thought, yeah, I could kind of sit on it. He did get, obviously, 1 spell through because I didn't have enough mana. And you look at how many lands I have in play, that's kind of surprising. But there it is, I have enough to activate it, and then I'm sitting on 2 mana for a Negate, which does not stop a Tender Shoot, as it turns out. And then he just forfeits because he knows I got him. I could just boost. So let's go to game 2, which runs a little differently. Alright, this next game is what happens when you just can't get this deck off the ground, but I win anyway, because the deck's just this damn good. And shockingly, I went first. Boy, that never happened. So, hand disruption, that's annoying. Got rid of my Deputy, which I have 1 copy of, but I don't know what he's playing. Now I'm pretty sure it's not anything that would share a name, unless I got to get rid of multiple Phoenixes, in which case he would definitely immediately blow that up. So, he made the wrong call, clearly. Now, we're going to go get a land. I'm going to just wait for him to do something. Drop more lands in, that's fine. I don't feel safe till I'm at 8 lands. That's Lyra plus a 3-cost counterspell. So, I throw that out because I could still counterspell 1 thing, and I can't counterspell 2. He's thinking about, I don't know, something, philosophy, his life, the meaning of life. I don't know. There it is. So, he hits that to trigger Spectacle. This is so dumb. And Drill Bit with Spectacle, and then I just absorb it. He could have just cast Drill Bit, I'm pretty sure. So, I don't know what that was about. That was a little weird. I guess maybe he would have had to discard. I don't know. I'm not watching this gameplay that close. So I'm just like, Tormenting Voice, torment these nuts. All right, you ain't getting no more bonus cards. Davriel, this, once again, my opponent pulls just god tier level perfect cards. Here we go. So, gotta deal with that. I'm at this point, I'm like, I don't think I need any of the cards in my hand, to be perfectly honest. because he hasn't even played a creature yet. I don't even remember how this deck wins. It's not a mill deck because it doesn't have the Boros colors. I assume like a giant flying demon or phoenixes. I don't know. There's Bedevil. I'm not sure this deck has a point, to be perfectly honest. Spoiler alert, we don't find out. So I get rid of that. I keep the counterspell. Finally, flip search for Azcanta. Now I can 2-1 him. Might be able to get into a Teferi with that. Okay, Angrath, that could have been the win con, but that's... Boy, and there's Teferi. There it is. So he's great because, you know, normally I'd be able to keep open the mana for a counterspell. I just don't have one. And now I finally got a Resplendent Angel, and I don't have a way to protect it. Oh, very annoying. So I go for the Negate because that'll protect it. There we go. And then keep putting a pause on his end step so that I can hit Azcanta. Got rid of another Davriel. And he cast another Davriel. That's right, he drew 3 of them. Awesome. So I got rid of the board wipe because he is yet to play anything that can be affected by it. Anything. Now at this point, I just wanted Davriel gone because I wanted that Sinister. I probably could have just discarded Ixalan's Binding and then just left it, but I would have taken 2 damage. So now I'm pretty happy with this. I got a Replacement Angel. Instead of, oh, max damage, let's throw it out. No, let's gain some life that I didn't need. Okay, he forfeited. And let's get a token out there. And then if he does something, wipes the board, whatever, blows it up, exiles it for Ask's Contempt, boom, another Angel right on top of it. Hopefully, between that and the next turn, I would have pulled a counter spell as well with Azcanta. So you just keep going. You keep going until the duck shows up. I mean, you just keep screwing with them, wiping the board, drawing extra stuff, pounding the lands out, throwing out planeswalkers. I mean, it just works. This deck just works eventually. And, I mean, this deck just, it got shut down. It was like turn, 15 before I got anything going, but when you get it going, you can't stop it. And honestly, the later in the game the Angels show up, the better, because you can cover them better. I mean, a turn 3 Resplendent going first is like no joke, but you're not going to be able to trigger its ability anytime soon, and the first kill spell they get is going to nuke it. So, I mean, I've done it where I've sat on a Negate, turn 3'd a Resplendent, and then just protected it all game. I just kept pulling counter spells. I left all my land open, and I just hit him, and 7 turns of hitting, 21 damage, they lose. So that's a possibility too. So this deck is a lot of older cards. You've probably already unlocked them. You could probably build in an arena, and I think in paper, it's probably reasonably cheap. I know I said that about the last deck, and the lands, literally just the 8 dual lands, were like $120, okay? Magic Standard right now is completely out of control because they put in expensive modern grade and commander grade duels. I hate that. I hate it when they do that because it makes the game too damn expensive to play in paper. But if you want to build this on Arena, it's a bit of mythic wild cards, but past that it's just basic common and uncommon crap. So have fun with that. Hopefully you guys can win some games with this. It really is resilient to the most things that are in the meta right now. And it tends to out-control if you can get rid of their sources of extra draw. So Chemist's Insight, a little bit of a problem. You got to counter it twice, which normally you just can't. But any kind of like board wipe Esper crap, you can pretty much, you know, get them pretty good with that. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.